Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all, I forget it, guys. I'm going to start again. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is inside of us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. Hello and welcome to I Am the Change. I am Michelle Simon Kelly. I started this in 2019 as my New Year's resolution, stating out loud that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video, and I'm almost at the end of year 6 of doing this. And I've had other New Year's resolutions / intentions since then, and they're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, and they're on TikTok now. So I've been putting out videos since 2019, and honestly, when I started this, I didn't know how it was going to go, what I was going to say, what I was going to do. I was able just to get started. And it was right before the pandemic that I started filming myself, which it was a year before the pandemic, which I've never took selfies before that. I never filmed myself. I had 2 little videos stating like, you can do this, like practicing, because I didn't like my voice. I didn't like what I looked like. I thought I sounded terrible. I was scared. And I just knew that God was calling me to do this and I needed to do it. So I just started. And since then, I've been telling you guys about my life and what is normal for me. Because my whole life I was looking for other people to tell me what was normal, and not normal to feel bad, but normal to like kind of gauge where I am. So I've been telling you guys and sharing you with my life story and things that have happened to me and haven't happened yet. So I know I'm meant to be in the public eye. It hasn't happened yet. But I've been filming myself this entire process, and I know it's not an overnight thing, and I'm doing the best I can with what I have, and I know so is everybody else. So I was talking to you guys last week. I think I was saying I'm going out to the Mayo Clinic the end of October for a pain rehabilitation clinic, and it's 16 days long, but it's 16 business days. So I'm going to be out there for about 25 days, and I booked my flight. And after I booked my flight, I had a credit for American Airlines. And I just want to tell you guys, there is always an exception to the rule. As long as you are alive, there is always hope. Even tattoos are removable. So I want to tell you guys a little story about, I was supposed to go to Hawaii last year because my dad was really sick and he was addicted to Ambien, and he got so sick from that. They shouldn't give it to anybody who's over 65, and he was 75. And he was prescribed so much of it. He's lucky to be alive. It almost killed him. So anyway, my sister, my brother, and I were all going to go over to Hawaii to see my dad because that's where he was living. And he ended up coming to Texas, which is where my brother lived, because the medical is so much better in the mainland than over in Hawaii. There's just way more doctors and way more to choose from. And the wait is a lot less over here. So we canceled our flight. And of course, I had a non-refundable flight, but I let them know of the situation. And they gave me a credit, and I had 2 credits, one to American Airlines and one to Delta. So I'm booking my flight for the Mayo Clinic, and I tell them if I went on Delta, I was going to have 2 layovers to get to the Mayo Clinic, which it would have taken me 9 hours to get there, and my body I can't do it. And the American Airlines, it would only 1 layover to get there, which I was like, okay, I'll do American. And I had a credit for American. So I tried to use it, and the guy's like, can't find it in the computer. I gave him all the numbers. It's not working. You don't have it. We can't use it. I'm like, okay. So I booked my flight, non-refundable ticket, and you had 24 hours to change it. And I decided I needed to leave a day ahead of time than what I was going to give myself. And this has been always something that I used to do, is I would wait until, I'm a winger. I am a wait until the last minute and do things. I was never a planner. So I would be, and I almost did it this way. I was going to get there on Tuesday night and start at 7:45 the next morning. Well, I don't eat sugar, flour, wheat, or caffeine, so my food is really important. I have to go to the grocery store. There's a bunch of things I need to do, and getting there at 6 o'clock the night before, that's if everything goes perfectly in sync, no delays, no whatever. I decided, nope, Michelle, you need more time. So I changed it within 24 hours to fly in on Monday, and it was going to be a little bit cheaper, so that was good. I sent a message to the airline the night I booked the flight and said, look, I have this credit. They said they can't find it. So finally, I go on my little app a couple of days later. I never hear back from American Airlines. I finally go in and I check, and there's the credit. And I call the airlines, and they're like, you booked a, econo ticket, no changes, you can't use your credit. And I said, there has to be an exception to the rule. I said, I tried to use it. The guy told me it wasn't there. I emailed American Airlines, and she goes, Michelle, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. And I'm like, you know what? Is it possible that I speak to your supervisor? So the supervisor got on, and I said, I don't know if, and her name was Ani, I don't know if Ani told you the story. She said, yes, she did. I said, I have to believe that there's an exception to this. She goes, Michelle, I keep thinking, why wouldn't you have used your credit if you had one? I'm like, exactly. I said, they told me it was no good. I gave them the numbers. He said it wasn't there, it didn't exist. I sent an email right away, didn't hear back, but I think American Airlines said they did respond. They put the credit right in my account, but didn't tell me. So it was after the 24 hours, and she said, I keep thinking, what would be the easiest way? She's like, I can credit your credit card. And that's what she did. She credited my credit card for the entire amount. And I was so grateful. And she gave me her name and where she's located and, everything that I needed in case it doesn't go through, because it takes 7 to 10 business days. But she was so kind and so wonderful. And I just want to let you guys know, there's always an exception to the rule. And sometimes you're meant to go first. You're meant to be the leader so other people can go after you. And I want to tell you, it sucks being the leader. I have been the first one for a lot of things. And I used to take so much shame when they would say, this has never happened before. Well, it is happening, and it's happening to me. So I meant for it to be the first. And so are a lot of other people. And even when you don't want to be a leader, when you go somewhere and you're like, they should do it this way or they should do it that way, that means you're the one who's supposed to do it and start it. So this is your sign signing off. Thanks everyone for watching. Please stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you all next week.